It all started with a joke. Just one quick line from Colin Jost on Saturday Night Live. He smirked and said, "All Britain wants in return is that we keep these two." And behind him, Harry and Meghan's photo popped up. The audience didn't just laugh, they exploded. This wasn't polite chuckling, it was the raw kind of laughter that bursts out when someone finally says what's been building up for years. In that moment, Meghan's carefully polished Hollywood mask cracked. This wasn't comedy anymore. This was the mainstream declaring what critics, fans, and even her old supporters had been whispering for years: "We're done pretending." Meghan wasn't the silenced victim, or the feminist warrior, or the misunderstood duchess. She was the punchline. And when SNL makes you the joke, Hollywood listens. Within hours, the internet turned into a crime scene investigation. Old, grainy photos resurfaced. Yacht parties in the Mediterranean. Designer bikinis. Champagne glasses. Powerful men standing just a little too close. The same photos Meghan's PR team had spent years, and millions, trying to erase were suddenly viral again. And here's the thing, it wasn't the photos that damaged her. Everyone has a past. The real problem was the cover-up. Meghan had spent years rewriting her own story, selling the world on a narrative of struggle, while hiding anything that didn't fit. And when people realized that, the backlash was brutal. This wasn't about Meghan's past. It was about the effort to hide it. And the timing couldn't have been worse. She had just launched another lifestyle brand, another curated Instagram campaign, another empowerment rollout. But audiences weren't buying it anymore. Her content wasn't failing because of racism or sexism. It was failing because it felt fake. Hollow. Performative. People saw her smiling in a cashmere sweater, pretending to pick berries in a rented English garden, and it looked less like relatability, more like satire. Colin Jost didn't ruin Meghan's reputation, he just ended the sentence fans had already been writing. For years, online communities predicted this moment. They warned the Oprah interview would backfire. They said Netflix and Spotify would eventually cut ties. And one by one, every prediction came true. The SNL joke gave Hollywood the green light to walk away. And they did. Quietly. Invitations stopped. Calls went unanswered. Publicists whispered to clients, "Avoid association." Even her inner circle started disappearing. Ellen, once her loudest supporter, hadn't mentioned her name in over a year. The Clooneys? Gone. And Oprah, the woman who gave Meghan the biggest platform of her life, completely silent. That's how Hollywood works. You don't get fired. You get ghosted. Then came Netflix. Their $100 million gamble on the Sussexes was already shaky. Harry's polo show barely scraped views. Meghan's documentary flopped after 1 week. Even Suits reruns were outperforming her new projects. That SNL moment, paired with the resurfaced photos, gave Netflix the perfect excuse to quietly let the deal die. Meghan tried to pivot. A cooking show. A lifestyle brand. Another podcast. But every move felt more desperate. People weren't listening to her words anymore, they were watching her actions. She had tried on too many masks: feminist icon, racial justice symbol, entrepreneur, humanitarian, media mogul. None of them stuck. Each one contradicted the last. And with every reinvention came more receipts, old staff stories, awkward interviews, timelines that didn't add up. She wasn't being silenced, she was being exposed. By her contradictions. By her own PR mistakes. And by an industry that had finally stopped pretending. Archwell, once pitched as bold and innovative, became a corporate punchline. Executives who once scrambled to work with her were now flagging her name as a brand risk. And that's the harsh truth, Meghan Markle isn't seen as a disruptor anymore. She's seen as a warning. A case study in what happens when branding overtakes authenticity. This wasn't a takedown. Nobody leaked anything. Her fall happened because she overplayed her hand. The very narrative that made her famous ended up exposing her. Because here's the reality, you can only sell a fairy tale for so long before people demand to see the ending. And for Meghan Markle, it's looking less like a comeback, and more like a closing chapter.